What's up, guys? So I was reading this article the other day and it was saying that 18% of Americans are spending more than they make every single month. And the average American household debt is $135,000. So every month people are digging themselves deeper and deeper into debt. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about budgeting, what we do as a family, and how not to go into debt. So let's get right into it. What is up, guys? This is Justin. Thank you so much for coming to this video. Well, today I have a ton of information to give you about budgeting, how we personally do our budget here in our family. We're gonna go step by step. We have 3 steps that we're gonna go over. 1 is determining your expenses, 2 is planning your paycheck, and 3 is executing the plan. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna let you know that everyone's budget is gonna be a little different. Yours is gonna look different from mine. Hey, take the good from this video. I just wanna encourage you to do a budget because it's crazy, those statistics of how many Americans are just going into debt, not realizing what they're spending. And so let's just get right into step number 1. Determining your expenses. So what we're gonna do right now is take a little closer look at our expenses sheet that we've created. We're gonna go over all the bills and our groceries and all these different expenses that we have month to month. Mind you, this isn't our exact budget. It might look a little different for you, but let's just take a look at it and go over how we do a budget. Hey guys, so this is how we determine our expenses. We have this spreadsheet here that we use. We use the same one every single month. Don't let me lose you. This might be a lot of information all at once, but what we do is we sit down and we have this spreadsheet that we go over, and we start by writing right here on this column or this row how much we're going to make for the month. As we write how much we're gonna make so that we don't go over that's our maximum. We obviously don't wanna budget more than we have. That would be bad. So then we start from here, and the way the spreadsheet is laid out, it goes down like this and going like that, starting with the most important things first and ending with things that if they don't fit, won't go in the budget. So we start with our tithe, which we always tithe to our church, 10% we give every month. And then we go down with, these are our bills. These are things that are most important. And if it's already written in, then that means it's a constant to us, that it's not changing. It's the same every month and we know how much we have to spend. Our mortgage obviously is not $1,000. I wish it was, but your rent or your mortgage is the same for the most part every month. These are all the same to us every month. And we have these written in for the sake of time. It makes it quick and easy, but we do go over them just to make sure everything's still on the up and up and everything's the same. So these would be your bills, like your car insurance, your car payments, subscriptions that you have, or whatever other bills. These are ours. And then we go into savings, which is the most important thing. All right, guys, I want to take a second and stop right there. And I just want to let you know how important it is to think about saving. Saving is so important to your financial future and your financial freedom. If you're not thinking about saving, then we're just living month to month. And in this article, it was saying that only half of Americans have a 401k or a Roth account for retirement. And so that's half of America that does not or is not thinking about retirement. And in the same article, it's saying 43% of people think they're going to outlive their retirement account. They know, they understand that they don't have enough money for retirement and they're going to outlive it. Is that not scary? Yeah, we think about it. Yeah, we talk about it. But I want you guys to be people that do about it. Go and save money in your retirement account. We put and contribute a little bit to our retirement account, and we're going to increase. Yeah, we don't put tons and tons of money into it, but we do what we can now. And so that's all you can do, is do what you can. And so no excuses, save for retirement, but right above that is an emergency fund. It's saying that 38% of people can't handle a $2,000 emergency. So our goal is to save at least $10,000 in our emergency fund. We contribute to it every month from our budget till we get to that $10,000 point, so we can handle anything. We have a house, and anything that goes wrong with the house could be a catastrophe if we don't have $1,000 in our emergency fund. So if you guys don't have anything saved like that, I want to encourage you to do your budget and then contribute whatever you can. If you could put $100 in your emergency fund this month, that can be very life-changing. So right back to it. At this point, we go through here. We go through like this. We have our living expenses. Also, these are important, like groceries, and we have the pet expenses, Charlie. After we get to about this point, maybe here, we stop and we add everything up and see how close we are to our total expenses. If we have a ton of room left from our money, then we start to fill in the rest. You know what? Maybe we'll have some allowance this month, maybe not. These are more things, these are our wants. We figured out our needs. Most part, I mean, obviously groceries is a necessity, so it's not perfect, but then we move on to our wants, and we leave some blank ones down here for things that come up, like, you know, registration or a birthday or whatever. We want to go on a trip. We leave those open. At this point, we add all these up, and then we see where we're at, and then we play around with the rest. So for the sake of time, I've already written in the rest of the columns for you so you can see with our expenses this month. It came up pretty close, but we like to leave what we call wiggle room. I don't know if that's a scientific term or not, or an official term or not, but that's what we call it. It's the gap between how much money we're making and how much our expenses are. We like to leave a little bit just in case, you know, things that we don't expect come up. But as you can see, this budget this month, we don't get allowance, and that's just money that we give ourselves to have of our wants independently of each other. If I want to go buy something, you know, we have our allowance. So we didn't get that this month, and that's normal. Sometimes there's things that we want that we don't get on our budget, but the most important things are taken care of, like our tithe, our savings, and all of our bills and necessities are taken care of. So you can see on this budget, it's all filled in. So for our next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it to the quadrants and we're going to plan our paychecks. So here we go, step 2. All right, so let's move on to planning your paycheck. So this is step number 2, and what we have is this binder. This is our dedicated budget binder. And whenever we go to do our budget, we pull it out, and in here we have our expenses, our expense sheets that we just went over, and we fill that out. And then we go to this paper where we have we call it the quadrants, right here, the quadrants. And on the quadrants, we have 4 different sections, and this is because we have 4 different paychecks. This might not be the same for you, but what we do is we list out all of our expenses, which one is going to get paid out of which checks. For this one, we might say our mortgage is going to come out of this one, and our car insurance, and this one's going to be groceries, and this one's going to be whatever. And all our expenses are going to get listed out. We're going to show you right now, but to save some time, we might speed it up a little bit. But what's great about having this in a binder is we have last month, and the last month, and the last month. And in there, we have all of our previous budgets, so we can know, what did we spend on groceries last month? Well, we can just flip the page over and know. And so it's all in one space, it's all in one spot. Yeah, paper is old-fashioned. It's probably super easy to do it on Excel, but we like doing it this way because it's almost set in stone. When we write it in pen, it's said, it's done, and then we carry it out. So let's get right into the quadrants. All right, thank you, Nicole, for writing that out. My handwriting is whack, so she usually writes this out for us. But what we did here is we have our 4 different quadrants, and we place the most important things first, like our tithe and our mortgage. And then we write down all the things that have due dates, like our bills. So we know that our car insurance is due on the 20th. So we place it in the top 2 checks because we get those at the beginning of the month. We can't place it in the last one because the bill would be due before we got this last paycheck. So then we make sure that those all fit in each check. And then last, we just place everything else, like our wants and our savings and everything else that fits in each check. And we also just make sure that each one is not overfilled or underserved. So we add it up and make sure that it's pretty close and that we don't go over. Obviously, I can't allocate more money than we make on the paycheck, and then that's it. So then we just snap a picture so that we have it. So when we get ready for step 3, we're ready to go. So let's get right into it. All right, for the third and final step, it is execute the plan. And this is so easy to explain, but the hardest to do. When you get paid and the money is in your account, refrain from going and spending all that money. wake up, look at your budget, and allocate it. That's what we do. When we get paid, we get up, we total it up, we make sure everything's right, and then we put it into savings, or we pay our bills, or whatever it is it says we have to do. We just do it. Your future self will thank you so much for doing it, for budgeting and living within your means and taking care of your finances. It is going to pay off in the end. It is so rewarding to budget and live within your means. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking out to the end. My name is Justin. I upload videos twice a week. I hope I am an encouragement and a blessing towards you guys. So that is it. I'll see you in the next one. All right, guys. Stop it. What was I saying? Hey, guys. So did you hear? Outlive their budget on average. Every single month, then they earn about a month to month about our budget. Just stop it. It was bad. And if you do budget, all right, stop it. Stop it. I forgot. Planning your paycheck, right? And 3, what is up, guys? Start it over. So important. Okay, start it over. Budget. Right now, we're just gonna jump down. Are good for you, and I don't know what I'm saying. The budget right here are damn it. Oh, what happened?
It like glitched.
I'll just stop it. And that's that thing I was. What is it called? That's survey. Hey guys, I want to stop right there. Why is it so stupid? Start it over. Here. And then going in, we have every. Oh, what is all this crap? As a person, horrible handwriting. So glad I didn't do that. Let's do it again. I just want to remind you. Oh, what the heck?